obvious question here. Nick Bosa's down. What's the vibe been between you guys and leadership, the need to kind of step up, speak up? What's that been like?
Yeah, I mean, anytime, somebody like that goes down, you need so many guys to replace them. So the vibe's been pretty urgent. When you lose somebody like that, it's the whole team needs to step up and, gives you something to play for. We'll always have them in the front of our minds when we're out there playing.
You had a chance to talk to Nick at all. How are his spirits?
Yeah, he's in good spirits, man. I mean, he's been through this before. He's had to fight it before. Obviously, it's a terrible thing to happen to anybody. And that comes with a lot of stress and a lot of sadness. But he knows we all got his back, and we'll always be there for him.
You've practiced against some of these young defensive linemen. What were they like during camp?
Yeah, I think they've been great. They've the coolest thing to see is that they've gotten better, and they've gotten better within our scheme. So I'm fired up for them because I know as a rookie when you start out playing well, it only goes up with experience. So I'm excited to continue to watch them grow.
You and Nick almost seem to be like kindred spirits in a way, and the coaches always talk about you two guys as the ones that take care of your body like nobody else and trade ideas and that kind of thing. So is that when a guy like that goes down that you've been particularly close to, does that make it harder?
I mean, yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's he's obviously a hell of a player who means so much to this team, but he's a great friend. He's fun to have around. He's a brother to all of us, and I think that's some of the stuff that you miss the most. And I've been in his shoes before too, and that's the part that's tough when you're in that situation, is just not being around, not being on the buses and the planes, and all the spaces in between the games that you don't kind of miss out on. And so we'll make sure we're there for him. He's such a good teammate. He's always been there for other people when they're going through it. So, like I said, we'll just have him in the front of our heads playing for him the rest of the year.
Christian, to kind of follow up on that, I mean, last season you weren't able to start, and then you're able to play, but then you go down and you weren't able to return. So obviously you said at the beginning of the season this year that it was hard. Are you offering any kind of advice to Nick Bosa so far about like what that process was like for you? I mean, you guys are athletes, it happens, but what's the conversation?
No, I mean he's been through this stuff before. Injuries suck; they're part of the deal. It is what it is, and the best thing you can do is just focus on what you can control, and not worry about any outside noise, because it's hard enough as it is. So, but he's going to do a great job rehabbing, man, and he's going to come back great. We all know that. Obviously, it's tough now, but he'll come back great.
Christian, Jacksonville defense off to a good start, particularly getting a lot of takeaways so far. What is just kind of your assessment from what you've seen from them so far?
Yeah, they're really good. They got a great scheme. They fly around well, run to the ball well. They play well together, and so just like every week, it's a challenge. It's going to be about executing our job and playing our part and doing what we can to get a win, take care of the ball.
You spent some time as a teammate with Eric Armstead, and then Kyle was saying it looks like he's playing about as well as he's played. What was he like as a teammate, and what kind of challenge will he pose?
He's a great teammate, man. He was an awesome guy in the locker room, on the field, off the field, and a hell of a player. And I think the tape speaks for itself. It has his whole entire career. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. So somebody that you gotta keep an eye on the whole game.
Christian, where do you see this run game right now, and what do you guys want to take to the next level in the coming weeks?
I think we can get a lot better in the run game. I think and we know we can, which is exciting.
Do you feel that almost with the entire offense now, the possibility of Brock coming back and Marcus Robinson coming in? Obviously, George is still down and stuff, but do you feel like with Nick down, you got to take it to another level on the offensive side, carrying a little bit more weight?
Yeah, I mean it's weird when you say like we got to pick it up, because I don't think anybody's there's no room to everybody's giving it their all. I promise you that. That's every week's a new week. The season comes with a lot of different challenges, and really what it comes down to is executing your job as best as you can and playing beyond the X's and O's and taking care of the ball and doing stuff like that. But every play has a life of its own. Every game is different. And so, as far as stepping up goes, you always got to step up, whatever that means. But it's really just about, executing.
As a guy who loves football as much as you, what do you think of a guy like Travis Hunter, who's trying to do what he's doing down there?
I think it's awesome. It's rare you see somebody play on both sides of the ball. So, more power to him.
Who would be the best at trying to go both ways on this team, in your opinion?
I'll have to think about that. I don't know. Someone on the line maybe. I think Trent could play if you wanted to. He could play, three tech or do something like that for sure.
You can't play safety?
I could, yeah. I don't know if I would want. If I would just played safety, that'd be fun. Brian Dawkins was my high school safeties coach.
Oh, really?
So we had that was the best. I had a lot of fun playing under him.
Did you ever play
margins
defense
are this
as a young?
Yeah, up until I got to college, I played both sides of the ball.
when the margins are this slim between winning and losing, kind of encompasses the ability that you guys are 3-0 instead of 0-3, 1-2, 2-1.
Yeah, no, I think being 3-0 is better than not being 3-0. It's really early in the season, though, and I think we all know that we have a mature team and know how each week you got to bring it, and it's the NFL. Every game is hard, so it's great to be 3-0. It'd be better to be 4-0.
How much do you enjoy seeing George Kittle out there? George Kittle out there being a coach and being on the sidelines. How much does that help you guys?
It's great. He's a hell of a leader. George being around and maintaining his positive attitude and all the stuff that he brings to this locker room is huge. So he's somebody that I think is essential when he's around our football team. He just helps it in so many different ways.